Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching 90 Day Fiancé. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's watch the show.
Oh.
Hey,
What's up?
thank you for not stealing my mother's ring, by the way. I will say that. You'd be dead meat. I just tore my place apart. I thought you stole my mother's ring.
So, this is an interesting dynamic. So, he wanders off because he's hurt, I guess, or maybe he's ashamed. Hard to know. And she looks for the ring, and she's like, if he took the ring, she finds the ring. What I thought she would say is, I don't know why I was so worried he'd take the ring. That was unfair of me to automatically assume he took the ring. I don't know why I'm like that sort of thing. Instead, she calls him up and says, thank you for not taking the ring. I was looking all over the place for the ring, as if it's it's a thank you, but it's also an indication of how she feels about him. She wants to communicate that to him. And that is the first thing you say after having a huge blowout conflict where he wanders off. That's the first thing you say. So now we're wondering if she has a particular trauma around being betrayed, around being mistreated in this way, around being cheated on maybe. Maybe she has a history of that, stolen from, or at least figuratively stolen from, figuratively taken from, because she seems pretty fixated on it. Now, maybe she has a lot of good reason, and maybe Ryan is a jerkface. It's possible, but I think we're starting to see a pattern of a real seemingly fixation on him betraying her, him almost in an evil way trying to trick her. And I guess we would say, well, why would you choose a young person who him and his entire family are dependent on you financially, seemingly, or benefit from you financially? That's going to automatically create some paranoia. Does he really love me? Do the family really like me? What's going on? So again, if you have traumas around worry of trust, if you have traumas around trust and trust being broken, recreating that past relationship in the present would really facilitate a lot of this re-traumatization that she's going through, especially the way that she approaches it. She not only finds a situation that lends itself to the paranoia, but then kind of forces the paranoia on the situation, even though there's no overt indication to be worried.
Do you really hate me that much that I ask for one thing, one respectable thing? Wear a condom so I have peace of mind.
You're flipping out.
Are you kidding me?
Because you have a trust issue.
Don't you lie to me, Ryan.
You want to talk about lies? So why would you lie about Harris?
So I'm still a little in the dark. I have a feeling they're editing this pretty severely, and we don't know what... We've heard a little bit from Ryan, but it certainly sounds like he did deceive her and not wear a condom. But there's a possibility that he had a good reason. I don't know. So now they're engaging in this kind of conversation. If I were there, I would say, Stephanie, what's the point of this conversation? What do you want out of this conversation? What are you trying to get out of this conversation? This is important whenever you're in a conflict, to take a break and say, what do I want out of the situation? Because if your goal, which is often the goal, if your goal is to break the other person down emotionally and get them to admit that they're wrong, it's not going to work because the other person is not likely to, especially the way you're approaching it at some point, to be like, you know what, you're right, I'm wrong, you've been right all along. That almost never happens. So if that's your goal, I don't recommend it. So what is your goal? Do you want to work things out? Do you want to end this in a ball of flame? Because, if you want to end it in a ball of flame, this is how you do it. And that's fine. You just want to be like, I want to have one last vengeful yell at him, and then this whole thing will be over. So I suspect what she's hoping for is that he will tell her something that will help her to calm down, or tell her something that will indicate that he loves her, or that she can trust him, or I don't know what she's looking for. Let's find out.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Lord, take me away.
So I don't recommend sarcasm in conversations. It's often resorted to. We've all done it, and this is what I call sarcasm. Oh, speak from your feelings and say, you know what? What's happening right now? It's really hurtful. I'm really scared. I'm confused. I don't know what to do. Just use your words. You don't have to be sarcastic. It's not going to get anything done. Again, unless you want to blow this relationship up in a ball of flame, then yeah, be sarcastic. It's because it'll just the reason why we don't be sarcastic, why we're not sarcastic, is because it's very hurtful and it's never constructive.
Hey, do you know what? You know what? This is over. This is over. Off and die. I'm gonna go find myself a little cabana boy. I got tons of nice slides and slippers, and man.
Yikes. I mean, even if she's joking, yikes. Let's rewind that.
I'm gonna go find myself a little cabana boy. I got tons of nice slides and slippers, and man, I got thousands of dollars of watches and.
Yeesh. So she said that in response to him saying, look, if you don't trust me, and I'm not saying this is a good tactic, if you don't trust me, what about you? I mean, you're the one who actually cheated. So, and then she did the sarcastic fall over, and then now she is threatening him with having sex with other cabana boys, and that doesn't sound great either. It's, I don't know, it sounds, racist on some level, that somehow she can just, to call him a cabana boy instead of like, I don't know what language you would use that would not come across as racist to me. I don't want to accuse her of racism necessarily, but it certainly is in that direction anyway, of just considering the locals as these playthings. It's pretty the definition of colonialism, if you will. And then she starts talking about how I have all these expensive things that I can lure in these cabana boys. So this indicates the perspective that she has, that with Ryan, she is getting control through these material items. I'm buying you things. I'm getting control of you. And I can pull that control, that financial control, and I can control someone else. That is a huge yikes. There'd be nothing wrong with her in this moment saying, you know what? I just do not trust you. And I think this relationship is over, and I'm real hurt. I'm real angry. And I don't want to be with you. I think you're not a good person for me, and this is done. I think you've cheated on me. I'm really upset that you did not wear a condom. You tricked me by not wearing a condom. It's very, very concerning to me, and we're done. That, okay. But to say what she is saying indicates something about the way she thinks. And two, just imagine your spouse saying something like this. Let's say your spouse earns more money than you in this fictional world. And you get in a fight with your spouse, and your spouse is just like, oh, if you're not going to do what I want you to do, if you're not going to play nice, there's a lot of other people out there that I can get, and I can give them this house, and I got cars, and just imagine someone saying that to you. You'd be like, what? Like, fine, go out and find those people and give them those things. I don't care. It's your money. What is? Am I supposed to be worried? Now, maybe the two of them, their relationship is based on this gift-based relationship. I don't know, but yeah, this is pretty interesting.
It's over. It is over. Done, 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 done. Now that Ryan's gone, I don't care where he is. I don't know what he's doing, and I don't give a I'm done with him. Harris. Oh my God, Harris.
So now she's calling Harris again. Yikes. Now, I guess if the relationship is over, and it's over, and she wants to date other people, then okay. It seems like a rash decision. This almost seems like an exact replica of what happened before. And then she did sleep with Harris, and then she was very regretful about that, and it didn't help the relationship. So I mean, if this is the end and it's really the end of the relationship, then all right. This wouldn't be advised given what's happened in the past and given we don't necessarily know if this is what she really wants. You usually want to give it a few days. Also, she should probably tell Ryan, by the way, I'm breaking up with you. I'm dating other people right away. So this is an interesting scene.
Is he not right in the head?
Told you not so much time. Yeah, told you not so much time.
Now that Ryan is gone and I'm sitting here by myself, I need a good, solid friend right now. And Harris has always been there for me. He's always warned me about Ryan, and I just kind of brushed it off. Can you come here and see me?
Okay, so if she's looking for a friend, all right. If she is trying to get the relationship back together, which would be very possible. They've been in, I think, bigger fights than this and reunited. If she wants to preserve the relationship, then this probably isn't the best move, right? So let's see what happens here.
I mean, I know it's asking a lot, but I need to see your face.
Tomorrow we're gonna talk.
Okay, please. Call me tomorrow, please.
And also, does she have no friends back home? I mean, she has that psychic friend. That person will definitely be in your corner because that person was absolutely convinced of all the things that are in your head, Stephanie. So why are you calling Harris exactly?
I don't know what to do. Oh, God. My life is a show.
Okay, so we just heard her say, my life is a blank show. And I wonder where that's coming from. I wonder what other relationships she's been in. I wonder how chaotic they have been. She certainly seems acclimated and accustomed to a fair amount of conflict and chaos. I wonder what her other relationships were like. And of course, she's talked about the chaos she experienced as a child. And, you know, I feel bad for her. She obviously didn't want this to happen. This is a pretty bad situation. I don't know, is she also worried about an STI? I think that would be a worry that she would have. Is that present for her right now? That would be pretty scary. Does she feel absolutely violated in a criminal way in that he didn't wear a condom, tricked her into thinking he was wearing a condom and then wasn't wearing a condom? That is, in some areas, I believe, a criminal act. It should be a criminal act. So I'm unclear what she is exactly distressed about. From the way she is reaching out to Harris, I think she's distressed because she wants Ryan back and she's trying to figure out how to get him back or something. I'm not sure.
Well, we didn't have sex the first night we were here because when he's unpacking all the nice gifts that I got him, I pulled out 40 glow-in-the-dark rubbers. We've never used rubbers, Maria. You know that. And I said, you seem a little taken aback by those condoms. He goes, we've never used condoms. I said, we've never gone 10 months without seeing each other.
Okay, so I don't remember that detail, that they've never used condoms, and now now, of course, that doesn't change the ethics involved. If she wants to use condoms, then he needs to use condoms, or they need to have a conversation and come to an agreement before he doesn't wear a condom, of course. But that does provide a little bit of context about it. And I wonder if from his perspective, he's like, look, she thinks I cheated. I didn't cheat. There's no risk here. So I'm just not going to wear it. It doesn't make it okay, of course. Again, it could be potentially a criminal act, but I wonder if that's where he was coming from. I don't know. We haven't heard from Ryan yet. Maybe we will.
That little mother, oh my God. There's no excuse for that. He totally did that on purpose. Wow.
And the lie and the deceit. If we had both agreed on it.
Right. So that's what she's worried about. She feels like it's a massive violation. And also she's worried about STIs. Yeah, makes sense. Makes total sense.
I know that you're Pisces, and when you love somebody, you love them through thick and thin, but you're sacrificing your life and your happiness and maybe even your health and your self-worth.
Do I need to see Harris before I leave this country, or do I just get on a plane?
What? So the friend is saying, this person is a bad person. This person is putting you in danger. You deserve better. You need to just move on. And then the next question she has, which is interesting to think about her psychology here. The very next question, because I think a lot of people would say, you're right, I'm packing up, I'm coming home tomorrow, or whatever the case may be. Instead, or I guess another option might be, well, I want to have a talk with him and really make sure that I didn't miss something. That would make sense too, of just like, we've invested a lot of time and energy in this relationship. I want to, or at least I want to have a conversation with him, break up with him or something. But instead, she's like, okay, yeah, you're right. But I have a question for you. Should I see Harris or not? What is, I mean, if you want to, I mean, it's not really related, honestly, either as a friend or as a fling. It's like, if you want to, I suppose.
I think Harris does care about you, but I also think he has other motives. He's got other agendas.
Yeah.
But out of the two, if there was only two men left on Earth, I would definitely pick Harris. He seems to be a lot more sincere, but I still think he's got a motive too.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine how this psychic could know anything about Harris, but maybe she knows a lot more details about it. She probably does. But that seems kind of jumping to conclusions. We don't know anything about him. He could be a scumbag. He could be the nicest person on the planet. We don't know yet from the show. But it does point to how Stephanie operates when she is feeling attachment and security. Maybe what she does is she runs to a fling or a man or a relationship as a way of desperately trying to make her feel better about herself. But of course, she has all these thoughts of worry about other people and has a tendency to insert chaos into a relationship. But anyway, my point is that I wonder if she has a pattern of this. When she is at her lowest, her way of coping is to find a man who is attracted to her, or that, maybe there's some soothing there. A lot of people do this. A lot of us do this. When we're lonely and we can do something to not be lonely, or when we're in despair and we can do something that will distract us from that, then we're gonna do that, especially if it's our only way of coping.
Happening so fast. I mean, I just broke up with my fiance. Maria's giving me signals that yes, she sees a lot of great signs with Harris. I really put a lot of heart and soul into what Maria tells me. So maybe it's meant to be with Harris.
What? I mean, God bless her, but maybe they have a much deeper relationship than we've been led to believe, but that's a pretty huge leap, right? That's fine if you want to have a fling with him, if you want to start dating with him, but to come to this conclusion in one of the worst moments of your life that, yes, Harris is the one for me, I'm 100% sure of that, is interesting. Again, maybe we're not privy to the data. Obviously, we're not, but I got the impression like they didn't know each other that well. And also, what's wrong with dating people in your town? Are there no available bachelors in your town? I mean, it would make things so much easier. You wouldn't have to be apart for 10 months and be paranoid about them cheating on you. It would just be the way dating usually works, where you date, and if things go well, you see each other a lot, and you don't worry about that person having all this time away from you. And you don't have to give them money to support them and worry that they're just fleecing you for money. And, there's benefits to dating people in your own town. It's just interesting that she doesn't contemplate that. If you haven't joined our Discord, you can do so by clicking the link below. It should be below. There's also a link for merch and the Patreon and our Facebook page and our Instagram and our Facebook fan page and other kinds of things. If you're interested in being a part of the conversations and our Reddit, or we're trying to get our Reddit going because we just started it. So if you're interested in Reddit, I like Reddit, you can join our Reddit page and start, participating in the conversations. Discord provides a really great way, even if you've never used it. I only use Discord for this. I like it. It's a pretty interesting way of being a part of a community. And if you want, and everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.